20 years ago, a little ditty called Dexter's Laboratory premiered on the Cartoon Network. The show was pretty good, and it was one of the best TV shows all time, and I think it definitely deserves a reboot. The show started off with Dexter and his sister Dee Dee actually being in like a music hall and stuff about how Dexter came to be. It was pretty good actually in its pilot, and it's the one that no one really knows about this one. So itself was good with Dexter being a genius kid who ends up always combining all these experiments that would likely get him a Nobel Prize if Dee Dee didn't get in the way. Even more, his arch rival Mad Dog always gets gets a crush on Dee Dee, and then constantly when this ends up happening, that ends up resulting in Dexter trying to be even better. A good episode that really was great of the show was one where Dexter was so afraid to swim he ended up avoiding every scene only to get him humiliated and have his trunk fall off. It's like, but the whole episode was great because we get to see how cute his mom is the whole time, as well as a funny synchronizing swim team from Dee Dee and her best friend. Another reason the show was so good was because of its parodies, such as of the TV show, such as of the TV show, the A-Team, where Dexter's idol being a Mr. T-like character, and Dexter even growing a beard because of it, that makes him a badass. The episode's so good, and like Dexter with his attitude and his cool looking beard is one of the reasons why even in 30 episodes that don't have to do with science it works so good. I mean, but so that we also get a tribute to our favorite caveman and space family, George Jetson and Fred Flintstone in this episode. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good thing to see. No Dexter's going along. I mean, the thing I really like too about Dexter's Laboratory is it's a show that they could literally do anything. I like to see it if they did a show nowadays where Dexter went on blind date and got set up with somebody like Mandy from the Billy and Mandy show with Dexter and his buddy gets set up with the Powerpuff Girls. Those would be really good. Speaking of blind date, what is it still? I mean, Blind Date was, as many people may not know, was a little ditty of a show that premiered, hard to believe it, back in 2001. It was sort of like The Bachelor, but only instead of getting your average date, well, you get some pretty funny people to be set up with. A couple of the funniest was a woman who got set up with a man who was a man one day and a cross-dresser the other day. And then there was a woman who drank so much and spent the last part of the interview in a bathroom. But one of the funniest ones, I think, in my opinion, that was really good and really worth watching was this one where a woman named Gloria got set up with a guy named the Cow. And I don't mean to count like Count Malachi and Happy Days. This guy actually thought he was a vampire. While the Lodge did a pretty good job hosting the show, but I think what made the show good would have made it good as if it had this bit of fictional show. Well, so thank you guys so much for watching.